usual way for the 1,000 people that still get the mining journal. But I think people need to understand just how frayed everything is, and we're about to, we're 3 weeks from the increases in the health insurance. So we've talked about letters to the editor before, and we tried, but it kind of circled around, and it can be just really simple, but I wonder how we get the word out to more people that this has happened and it's a direct result of the shutdown. And so I'm, I'm not going to be here. My family stuff continues downstate, but I just seems like we want to make sure that people are aware of this. So I have the addresses. I can tell you how to do it, where to go, what to do. But all we need to say is, look, this is really troubling, and people are getting fed every other month. That's just. Meanwhile, we're giving, millions and millions of dollars of tax breaks to these corporations. I don't know if you guys saw the story today in the Detroit News, but the developer for the old hospital site has received $10.5 million and is not building affordable housing with it. And so if we don't raise attention to these issues of what's going on, and it really matters a lot when all it takes is like 2 or 3 people, and that's a chorus. So I really strongly encourage folks. Yeah, we now have documented evidence that the disabled uncle that we are working with has had his Social Security checks be stolen potentially for years. So it's just like, and so if we don't speak up and stand up, this kind of stuff is just going to continue. So I'm strongly urging folks, just go to the websites, let's make noise about this, because just like with Room at the Inn, where now at the last second somebody's going to come in with money and make things better. Why the hell did we have to wait until the last goddamn second? We don't need to be doing that. And there's money. There is money in this community. So let's help people and not just ragtag this to make sure that people are being fed. So thank you for letting me come up and talk. It's really appalling, and these are decisions that were made in Washington that are cascading down to us. So that's all we need to say. So thank you.
I'm going to follow up and grab notes because I was trying to deal with something. So to me, it sounds like it might be a place, like a quick a breakout to get that information of how to publicize the fact that we're having to do this. Okay, so I have that down as a breakout group.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I have too many things going on. I have a food pantry. Our weekly meetings gathered 119 pounds of food that will be dropped off today. Is that today day? Is that what you mean? Today at the NMU food pantry. We have given 5,477 pounds of food and household items to our local pantries, senior centers, and shelters. With so many big holidays this month, let's keep the momentum going. And again, you can donate at the weekly meetings or through Venmo. Joanne can do pickup if you like, or you can drop it off at her house. I will say I do university supervising for student teachers here at Northern, and every Friday night Friday before graduation, there's a big ceremony where each graduate gets called forward, and one of the things that they ask us to do is to bring non-perishable items for that food pantry. And in the note that I got this week, it said they have a 50% increase in need this semester. And it's not your stereotypical students all the time, it's the families, mom and or dad are students, they're trying to better themselves, so they are going there too. So I didn't bring any tonight, I'm bringing a whole slew on Friday night to that celebration. Again, ballot proposals I'm collecting, ranked choice voting. Zeke is going down on Saturday to a big meeting. And that's where, as he talked about it last week, that's where they're gonna kind of look more at the window of, not validity, viability. The window of viability and kind of move forward from there. We do, so at the back table, where Deb and Miss Amy are, we have, you can bring any of those back there. We have packets, the usual.
I do have one bit of information about the mop-up. I don't know if you've heard about DTE and their push for data centers.
Hold on, can you come up so that, because either at the live stream or at least use the other mic. We talked about Robert Reich is pushing for our ballot proposal too. Have you seen that?
I haven't.
Yeah.
Okay, so mop-up has some good news in that DTE was trying to force through a data center, which was hit with a lot of protests, and they stormed the place with petitioners and have been getting good signatures, so they've been upping their count on signatures, you know, going to all the protests. So things are looking better for that.
Yeah. And Robert Reich is talking about, has been writing about how we can basically fight back against Citizens United. And he has talked about, I think Montana has already done something similar to what we're trying to do with the mop-up. And I love it because when I read the comments on those posts, there's people from Michigan that are like, there's a ballot proposal, right? And I'm one of them. That I'm like, find the ballot proposal and sign that. So it is not just here in the state of Michigan that people are pushing back on that. Oh, and Charlie Barron's, are any of you familiar with him? He's a comedian, he's hilarious. Anyway, he has some great videos about data centers. He was pushing the citizens for, I always want to say Mount Pleasant. It's a Mount, it's a, no, it's south, it's near Port Washington. Yeah, he was like, okay, get over there and go to this commission and okay, make sure if the contract says that the data center owner is going to get $10 million of tax break, and they say they're going to make get jobs. Does the contract say how many jobs? Does the contract specifically say they won't raise rates? Like, he's really good, and he's fighting. So, if you're trying to get some information, he's funny. Anything else? Any other updates? Other than, yeah.
I was saying this, are people aware of the new Feeding America events coming up on the 11th and 17th in Maricopa County?
So there's some Feeding America events, with the usual events, and they're always looking for volunteers. If you go to the United Way website, you can sign up to volunteer at those. There is a crew up in Houghton County. If you're not familiar, what do I need? Is everyone familiar what is happening tonight in Houghton County? If you're not, please don't be shy, because we'll share. Someone will share.
We should reiterate for the stream anyway.
Oh yeah, for the stream. Thank you, Tori. Except that means I have to try and find something. The Houghton County Commission was voting on a resolution tonight that there are only two sex, male and female. I did read today that one of the commissioners said, no idea where this came from. Like it just showed up on the agenda with and that commissioner's going, we have work sessions, we have, like, I don't know where this is. And Donovan posted to Discord a picture, and there was a line of people with signs. Yeah, so, and there is a crew from here that drove up there to represent. Yeah. Oh, 352 people on Zoom, so if you're not on this one, that's okay. Anything else?
I just basically want to come up and say a quick thank you for contributing to the Adopt a Family effort. It's blown me away. Like, we've got way more stuff than I was possibly imagining. So I'm deeply grateful for you guys, for your participation. And also, I feel like the family really lucked out with everybody being so generous. So thank you, everybody that contributed. And I'm deeply appreciative that it was such a successful effort. So thank you.
Could you reiterate the dates before we end the stream? The fact we're not meeting next week and stuff?
Sure.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you.
I'll be on time next time.
No, good. I need all the help. Like I said good morning to someone that walked in here earlier tonight. And I thought I was doing good today. I don't know. All right, so before we go into breakouts, the window clings, if you're like me, I finally remembered tonight. The window clings are back there. T-shirts and sweatshirts. It is that time of year for the sweatshirts. I have not confirmed yet with Dana when she is coming in January. She had to wait for the commission meeting dates. Rush Hour Resistance is next week. Is Ishpring and Nagani still snows banks? Probably. So probably not going to happen there. Okay. We already talked about the candlelight vigil. January 5th, 6 p.m., LSRI Steering Committee meeting. And then there is a group, and you'll notice up under breakout groups, I wrote that the January 6th, that there is talk of something for that day, that we should do something for that day. Yeah.
I got one thing to just announce.
Okay, I have one more too that I have to just, so on Discord, someone posted about a mutual aid meetup in Nagani on Sundays at 11 a.m. So again, a mutual aid meeting on Sundays at 11 a.m. in Nagani. I can't even read my own writing. At the Queen of, was it Pentacles? Queen of Pentacles, anyone know that? It's in Nagani.
I've seen the posters, that's why I wasn't able to name it.
Okay, let me see if I can find it.
I think it's meditation and some,
Yeah,
community action.
where did I see that?
Graham's phone. I have my phone.
I also
Not
saw
sure
it,
if
I
ever-
saw it on
I don't have his number.
the Discord
I have
recently.
The Discord.
Oh, yeah, they put it.
Oh, here it is.
Them on Discord if he needs
Want to turn your empathy and compassion into action? Join us for group meditation, organizing, and volunteering. It's in Nagani, but it does not have an address.
So the Queen of
Leave this.
Pentacles
I can even
is a
come on Monday and set up the
metaphysical
sound
shop,
Yeah,
nobody here
small
cares,
business
but
in
someone
Nagani.
needs to turn
Address
it
is
on.
400
gotcha.
US
We can talk
41.
more after the,
Yeah.
when we go to
Or,
breakout.
well, you'll be here next
Yeah,
time.
I will.
We'll talk.
I will.
Okay.
Suite 104A, and it's looks like it's kind of across. It's in same. It's in with the Border Grove.
Okay.
It's in the strip with Border Grove.
Thank you. And thank you to Silas for bringing that to our attention on Discord. All right, Faith, I think you're good.
I'll take the eggs because I'm waiting someone. Long story.
Okay, so you probably know in this room, I've been kind of working towards a large event at the end of January. We have a space available for $400. We don't have to have insurance on top of that, so that's a yay. However, we have to fundraise for that $400. We can't just go, yay, we'll take it, and then not be able to pay. So there's that hiccup, and it may bump it later than the end of January, depending on how well we do with fundraising, but that's all.
And what was the event? Yeah, what's the event? Yeah, what's the event?
It's called Lake Superior LSRA Roundup for Midterms.
Okay.
It's to kick off for midterms, to just get word out there on who and what all is running in education, and having fun while we're doing it. So it's, the plan will be to have it in this room, actually. So.
And then just a little clarification, of the LSRI meeting January 5th will be at Peter White Library, and it's not just going to be the steering committee, it's going to be all the teams, the general LSRI meeting. And we're asking people to register through Mobilize, so we have an idea of who's coming. And I have a QR code, you can come over to that table there, and you can do it in 2 seconds. Register and mark your calendars for 6 p.m. January 5th, Peter White Library, conference room in the basement. Christy.
Connect by Zoom?
I'm sorry?
Can I remotely access the meeting?
That's a good question. That's something we could probably set up. We'll have to talk.
Lori or Graham.
Yeah. And I gotta come back because I have to get your notes on this.
I am working on an event that's going to happen on January 18th, which is Sunday. It's the Sunday of the Martin Luther King weekend, to educate folks about data centers and crypto mining. So as you might have seen, there's a crypto mine in a building across the street from the Montessori School in Dafter, in the eastern UP. It's made the news. It made the news such that a national group that's fighting crypto mining across the country reached out to the folks who are fighting that one there, and they're going to offer the presentation to educate our communities about them. And it's also turning into AI and data centers, because those things are not exactly the same, but basically they do all involve just running computers continuously to solve puzzles, which is what crypto mining is. Mm-hmm. And then AI is large language models, and processing of information around images. So I'm working, there's going to be an in-person and Zoom component. In-person in Houghton, the Sioux, and I'm working on a location here. But there will also be a Zoom component. And so once we get these things settled by the end of the week, you will hear a lot more about this. And it's really, the folks are terrific that we're working with, because these are happening all over the country. So the person that we're working with is in Texas, but then I was on another Zoom with people from Arizona, Georgia, and I can't remember, Pennsylvania, maybe the other person. So yeah, there is 375 megawatts of solar coming in that's going to be operational in the Upper Peninsula by the end of 2028. And that new solar that's equal to the size of Presque Isle Power Plant when it was running at full capacity with all the power plant running. So it's a little messy and complicated because, oh, look, we're getting renewable energy to help supplement what we have, but at the same time, why do we need all that new energy? Mm-hmm. And I can tell you that nobody was sharing any of that with me when I was serving. What was projects are all permitted, done. I can tell you the solar projects are coming, and what they're going to power is up in the air. So I don't know how much we're going to be able to talk about that at the event, but we're going to just have everyone understand exactly what is a crypto mine, what is a data center, and how you might want to think about having them in your community. Some communities might want them, and it's Michigan law. You can't zone out something that's legal, and that's a legal business. And so, but the question is then, where are we going to put them, and who's going to make that decision? So that's coming in January 18th.
Could I interject something on top of
Sure,
that?
go for it.
Yeah.
I'm not in charge of the mic.
And I'm sure the presentation's gonna go over that, but in case anyone's wondering, why should I care? Why might I wanna see this presentation? Lake Superior is our beautiful freshwater lake, and AI centers are notorious for just consuming water, right? So that's where it starts in our local area, on an area of concern. I definitely encourage everyone to go check this out. Thank you.
All right, anything else? Okay, so breakout groups. How do we publicize that we are filling gaps when it comes to the commodity, right, distribution? That's one of them. Support Ukraine. I don't see Elsa here tonight. She came last week with some ideas. I'll share. One of them is to use blue and yellow electrical tape to make a little flag that you can then wear. And then she had blue and yellow yarn, and I think she was thinking of like tying that somewhere, but yeah, that was just a simple little thing she said. So new ideas, ballot petition, as always, is in the back, because we're always in the back. Do we have anything? Oh, do you need time to plan then the vigil? Is that something? And are we planning something for January 6th?
We'll go over to that table over there and talk
Okay.
about it, yeah. Oh, and 6,
Are we doing anything? Yeah. In a same table, different table. Okay, so January 6th and the candlelight vigil are going to be together. It is, because I thought there was something else that week too.
it's the 10th.
Yeah,
10th is the vigil, the
And
6th is the 6th.
the 6th is the 6th, and then yeah. And then, do we want to potluck this month? Do we want to do one next week? I would, because I would be willing to bring the soup, but it's fine. If we want to wait till, okay, we're gonna cancel that. Oh, Joanne, do we know, there was conversation of last week that we wouldn't meet on the 23rd. The question out there is, are we meeting on the 30th? Yeah.
I would think, just my opinion, it might be a good idea not to.
Well, I'm seeing more of this. I don't think I saw any of that. Okay,
2 weeks sabbatical.
yes. I think that's it, unless I missed something.
Marvelous.
All right. Breakout.